Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Morgana, and we'll be facing off against the Baron Nashor adventure from the Teamfight Adventures campaign. I really wanted to beat this adventure with another Demacian champion in order to get the rewards, but I don't really have another Demacian champion I'm comfortable taking here. So we're taking Morgana instead, but I'm changing the setup I normally use on Morgana. I'm taking Guardian Angel so that I can play Morgana on 5. Baron strikes the Morgana obviously because of its effect, and by this point, by turn 5 Baron will already be at the point where Morgana dies, but the Guardian Angel will help prevent that. So Morgana will be alive instead, and then at the start of my turn I'll get a Grand General, a copy of Morgana in hand from the Grand General's counterplan obviously, but more importantly I'll get an Arcane Comet. So the plan is to just play Morgana, Morgana dies at the end of the turn, I get Morgana back, and then the following turn I play the Arcane Comet I get off of the Morgana on Baron, and then the fight becomes trivial. At least that's the plan. Let's see if we can get there. Team building, Pandora's items, pilfer. I guess Pandora's items is the least bad option out of all of these. We don't really have a lot of rerolls, so let's save them for when we'll actually need to reroll something bad. Though taking something that's just kind of average might not be the best choice, but we'll see. This is a decent starting hand. Can go for the Solaris Soldier here. We'll have something to protect against that attack next turn. Can also just Dark Binding it. Let's do it like this. We'll Blinded Mystic there, and then when the opponent pulls something with the Solaris Shield Bearer, we'll Dark Binding it. That way we give the opponent 2 curses, their units become disabled, and we can start stalling the game. Let's do it like this. We'll save 1 mana for the next turn.
You cannot break a shattered soul.
That's scary. Yeah, I'll Shield Vault it, just so I fill the opponent's hand with an additional card. Next turn he'll burn a card, so that's huge for us. I also deal a bit of damage by doing this. Whatever is shackled with those shackles is never getting released again. So that's huge. Well, now I have 2 removal options per turn. Quote-unquote removal. The Dark Binding is more of a stall option than anything. I guess I'll do that there. I doubt the opponent has a play for 2 mana. He had a play for 2 mana. In that case I'll stun that there. The more curses we give the opponent, the better too, because it increases the damage they take at the end of the turn. Slowly and surely I'm also severely hampering their hand, because it's just getting filled with bad cards. In fact, let's do that there. This way we let the opponent send with even more bad cards. Can actually try to release some of his units this turn because he has spare mana. Or maybe not, maybe he just chooses not to release any of his units. Well, now he has a single turn to kill me. Yeah, that's not going to do it. He's buffing his unit, okay. Really buffing that Gentle Gem Dragon. I wonder what this card is. Shield Bolt. Well, that's completely pointless. You're going to die to all the curses you have in hand. Oh, he actually released the Gentle Gem Dragon. I didn't realize that. That would be a problem normally. Fortunately, I have more than enough cards in hand to stall out the game. That was nice. We didn't even need to throw Morgana into anything. I was fully expecting Morgana to die once there, so he would proc the effect from the Guardian Angel. I guess I was wrong. I was considering the Darkening Ages for the sake of the board presence from the Norris T, but then I remembered the opponent has a bunch of vengeances in his deck, so maybe the Bastion is good, just to act as a form of protection for our Morgana, so that she doesn't die before I get my game plan off. Zed, Jax, or Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser is very slow, sure, but with how slow our deck is, maybe that's fine. The Death Grasp also works towards leveling up the Morgana by targeting one of our own units. That could be interesting. Or I can reroll. I'll take the Mordekaiser. Let's see if it works. Do I want to go for a shop or a healer? Let's go for the healer encounter. The foe's Nexus and his units have tough, but it shouldn't be too relevant because we can just stall out the game. Keep a Morgana. I'll keep one Dark Binding, one Shield Vault. Now let's throw the Shield Vault back in. We won't be able to play it without having a unit on board. This is a decent opening hand. Pass the turn, or pass priority, let the opponent play something. So we can Lizzie and Dolly here. With Lizzie and Dolly on the board, that opens up the possibility of us playing Morgana next turn. And that's exactly what I'll do. Morgana there, to prevent that from being relevant. I'll actually do that. I'm fine with blocking with the Morgana because I seriously doubt the opponent has removal. Now we didn't take that much damage and we have 6 mana and the Morgana on board. I want to keep enough mana for the Bastion open, so I suppose I'll play Legion of the Severed on the and target the Mordekaiser. It's fine. Let's Dark Binding there. Actually there. We'll get an addition. Now let's get the Traveler.
Feel my pain. Truth binds you.
And then I'll attack like so. Let's silence there.
Welcome,
With this unit silenced, it just becomes a simple 0-7. We need to start working on this board. And we need to start working on emptying our hand. We need cheap cards, but
Feel my pain.
all of our cards sort of give us more cards. I have way too much value. Maybe the Traveler gives us something cheap. That's relatively cheap.
Than ever.
I will go Mordekaiser here. Nah, let's keep emptying our hand. Ooh, an even cheaper Dark Binding. That's cool. Let's Crescent Strike too.
Truth binds you.
Let's keep racking up those
Feel my
curses on the opponent's hand. Really ensure the opponent can't really do much of anything. And that he is going to burn cards at the start of every turn. Let's do this here. Yeah, there.
welcome anguish. You leave me no other choice.
Now Morgana deals a bit more damage every time she attacks. And the opponent has a full board of units that can't attack. He is now burning cards every turn. Needs to play something. Okay, that's something. Something we can deal with quite easily. Whichever curses he chooses to remove, I'll just reapply easily, so we're in a great state. Ooh, this is nice. The
Be still.
Cosmic Inspiration is going to help us close out the game by buffing our units.
Proud warriors of the sun's true light.
It's very unlikely that we'll play Mordekaiser that frequently, but Mordekaiser is here basically as an insurance plan, just in case something bad happens. Let's do this here. Secure the lethal.
Bear this burden.
The Bastion is already getting value. Without it, we would have had to wait a couple more turns before closing out that game. Messenger Sigil, Withering Well, Incisive Tactician. Now here is where the rerolls come in handy. Unfortunately, none of these cards are that great. I guess the Messenger's Sigil is free, but I don't really want to shuffle Messengers into our deck because we have to pay full price for them. Battlestar, Iterative Improvement, Glacial Saurian. I guess I'll pick up the Iterative Improvement. We might be able to duplicate something decent. And then, for the card we cut from the deck... Maybe I just got the Iterative Improvement I just got. Or maybe the Startled Stomper. Startled Stomper, while decent, doesn't really work towards our game plan. We're going for a very slow, very stally and drawn out game plan. The Startle Stomper cares more about buffing my own units. Let's toss all of these back. I really want the Morgana in my opening hand. Like that. Okay, these are too many Morganas. Well, at least I got the Liz and Dolly. So I can do that here. And then Morgana next turn. Quite easily. That's scary. Can iterative improvement into my Liz and Dolly. Let's shackle that unit. I'll use Morgana to block. Ooh, the Dragalings have Challenger. So I really have no choice but to let Morgana block here. Okay. Honestly, that's fine. Let's do this. Iterative improvement. Shackle that Stygian onlooker. Depending on what the opponent does here, I might just... Yep, shackle one of his units. Urumi on the Dark Binding is not that great. We want stuff that doesn't clutter up our hand. We have enough hand problems as is. Let's let things run its course. We don't need to attack into the lifesteal unit. Fortunately, decided not to give that spell shield. It would have actually been worse for me if you decided to get that thing spell shield instead of overwhelm, because spell shield prevents us from just dark binding it and removing it from the game. Let's no. I'll do the another dark binding. Really flood the opponent's hand with curses. Then I can Moonglow here to protect the Morgana. Let's do that there to empty our hand. And next turn I need to go for some slipstreams in order to start emptying our hand. Okay, we got the Dark Binding, it's fine. We just cycle Dark Binding into Dark Binding? Nah. Let's just play the Mordekaiser. Ooh, I didn't even realize that. Yes, by playing Mordekaiser we're targeting our own units. Really? You don't like the Legion of the Severed? An interesting decision by the opponent, sure. Let's see if it pays off. Nothing. Well then, I'll Death's Grasp that thing. Just because it further shackles it. And it doesn't cost me a unit because Mordekaiser already, or with Mordekaiser on board, or units that I slay myself will just be revived. Nope on that. Let's pick up the stun. Keep shackling the opponent's units. There's still some units you can release. at a lot of personal cost, but they're still releasable. He really doesn't like that Legion of the Severed, I guess. It's his loss though. Yeah, that's fine by me. I'm just winning next turn with Morgana's effect anyway.
Do not look away.
And we heal up a little bit too. That's nice as well. Other dragons shouldn't pose too much of a challenge. We can just stall most of the unit C plays anyway. Splinter Soul, Black Spear, Harsh Winds. You know what? Harsh Winds with Mage's Handbook is very good for a game plan. Not only do we completely remove two units from the board, we also stall out the opponent's attack. Yeah, I'm definitely cutting the iterative improvement. And then for another cut, maybe the Legion of the Severed. It's not really necessary. But the thing is, Legion of the Severed does provide a nice buffer to the Morgana by sometimes being able to give her Deathless. So maybe I keep this deck as is. Yeah, I'll keep the deck as is. We only have 26 cards anyway. It's not like we have an abundance of cards. So our deck is fairly consistent. Maybe if I really wanted, I could have cut the Solari 1-drop. But it's fine. This hand, on the other hand, not really that fine. Depends a little bit on what the opponent plays here. Yeah, the Enraged Fire Spitter might be a problem, because it has Spell Shield. I can't just play a spell on it and be done. Let's hush that thing. It shackles it and draws me a card. Oh, okay, that's perfect. We can shackle the Enraged Fire Spitter by doing this.
I best dragons. You can't frighten me.
And I suppose I'll use the Shield Vault to stun that one. The opponent unfortunately has a full hand, so it didn't get shackled, it just got stunned. But honestly, this stun is good enough. I'm just trying to minimize the amount of progress towards Elder Dragon's level up. That's one free hand space. So that means we drop down the Morgana here.
I have found such beauty in mortality.
He releases one of his units from the curse. Okay. I'll Dark Binding it then. Falling Comet, Moon Silver. Let's go for the Moon Silver.
Pain.
Really ensure that my units have or that my cards are rather cheap. I'll actually discount Mordekaiser. I'll be able to go for the Mordekaiser next turn that way. Mordekaiser into something else if I want to. I can also just Falling Comet the Elder Dragon. I'm not used to playing with Falling Comet while I have Morgana. This just completely shuts down the opponent's game plan. He's only able to level up the Elder Dragon if he attacks with it.
Bear this burden.
We're not playing.
So if he doesn't attack with the Elder Dragon, then he's just stuck with without being able to either level him up or do anything relevant for that matter. Well, that's the second Elder Dragon gone. Let's do this. We got 2 Morganas off of this, in fact. Ooh, we also can keep chaining the Morgana. You know what? Sure. I'm keen on that game plan. Let's just get a bunch of Morganas on board. That sounds like fun. The Morganas are not only going to deal a bunch of damage to the opponent's Nexus, but they'll also shackle something by a whole bunch. Let's pull here. The Morganas are all going to shackle that thing anyway. Because the opponent doesn't have enough end space to have that be shackled. Well, now he has end space. Whatever you draw here, it needs to be extremely good opponent. Also, with this many Morganas on board, my hand is just full of clutter. Not ideal, but I'll make it work. The opponent's extremely close to dying anyway.
Be still.
Please, opponent, feel free to keep playing units.
But I will
That will surely work out for
I
you.
would never ask you to, daughter.
He's going to take 6 here, go down to 27. Yep.
don't leave me again.
Most of his board is gone. Can I reliably kill the opponent here? Oh, Mordekaiser is at 19. I didn't even realize he was that large. Yeah, we have the ability to kill him here. Nice and simple.
Embrace this ephemeral triumph.
This might actually work out better for me than I thought. Considering the fact that once we get rid of the Baron Nashor, the game just becomes very long and arduous. Mordekaiser might be able to help close out the Baron adventure in a timely manner. Double Trouble, Ascension. Let's pick up the Ascension. We are stalling the opponents long enough. Bone Scarer might be a problem though. The fact that he will just drop down units that will damage my Nexus every turn might be a problem. Also, I picked up the what's it called? The item called anti-up on the Morgana, so that way we can go for Morgana on the first turn.
The Elk of Bones summons me.
Right, I can just
Welcome, anguish.
Elk bones speak.
go ahead and falling comet the opponent's units, so I don't really have to worry about them killing. I don't really have to worry about the opponent killing me with the damage from the Bone Scryer if I just falling comet them. But for now, I can't really do that, so let's try to do this in a way that preserves my mana. Hopefully he doesn't have a 1-drop. Let's pick up the wish. It's cheap enough. That too.
Burden. Truth binds you.
Yep, he doesn't have a 1-drop. Nice. I can also attack if the Morgana to recuperate some health. That's exactly what I'll do.
Way.
We have all the time in the world.
Move hearts and armies.
Let's obliterate there.
Anguish.
By the strength of our conviction.
I obliterated the units, so unfortunately for the opponent, the dawn speakers won't do anything. Well, they're going to do it now because they both got formidable.
Everyone here? Let's go.
The fact that he decided to play something before attacking is very good. Now I can just frostbite those two. They get shackled, even though normally the frostbite does nothing against units with formidable. We can silence there.
Welcome, anguish.
That does nothing. Then we'll remove that unit with the falling comet. And we're safe. Eventually, we'll have enough mana to play everything I want in a turn. But for now, this will have to do. Let's attack New Late. Restore 2. That's fine. You know what? We're at a point where we're under no threat, so I can do this. I'm not even at risk of dying to the Bone Scryers now.
Delight to watch you grow, Lisa. I am your darkness.
So let's do this. If I desperately need to get rid of a unit, I'll use the Falling Comet.
I'll protect you.
Other than that, I can just keep stalling. Bloodsworn Pledge. Well, now that he played that, I guess I'll Falling Comet it. Since he went for it right away. Play something else, opponent. Not that. Preferably not the curses. When I'm summoned, refill to spell mana if you behold a Nightfall card. That's unfortunate, but I'll pick it up anyway. Well, that's a Nightfall card. Ooh. Dark Binding is a full-on hand refuel. Not really exactly what I wanted, but we can make it work in our favor. The opponent's entire board is back to being fully cursed. We can deal 12 plus 5 plus 7 here. Let's do this. Let's develop some more units before attacking. Unfortunately, the opponent can't really do much about it. Let's actually silence the opponent's form of healing. Okay. That doesn't accomplish a lot for the opponent, because I can just reapply the curse. Let's pick up the Cosmic Inspiration. Buff up our units further. Avalanche. I suppose that helps mitigate the damage it takes. Just need stuff that is cheap and can be kind of just thrown out. The Consult the Heavens is interesting. It's definitely going to help
Do not look away.
close out the game by buffing up our units by a whole bunch. That's fine. Are you going to do anything, opponent?
As Demacia wills it.
Yeah, unfortunately, releasing those curses is just not good enough. Ooh, Sinner's Vice. That's very cool. We now can increase the cost of the opponent's curses, so he really has no shot at... never mind. But yeah, he really has no shot of just releasing his units. But yeah, let's start binding. Just to ensure that I have a pre-open attack next turn.
Truth binds you.
We're both at the point where our hands are so cluttered up that we are not even drawing cards from our deck anymore. At the very least I can still generate cards. The opponent just stuck with nothing. This might be better than I anticipated. Locket. Well, Locket of the Iron Solari completely removes all the worries I needed to have. But Morgana, now I don't even have to proc the Guardian Angel when I play her. I can just drop her down and then Locket of the Iron Solari will protect her from the Baron's strike. Do I want to cut a card from my deck? Sure. Let's cut this Solaris Soldier for the sake of consistency. Prime Tusk Shaman is interesting, so is Whimsy, honestly. Another Spell Slinger, definitely not passing that up. Now our spells are cost 2 less, that means 1 cost Dark Binding. 3 Hushes, 3 Shield Vaults. Whimsy's 2 mana. Yeah, I'm picking up 2 mana Whimsy. Sounds way too good to pass up. Let's go for another shop. Maybe you can get something that makes this whole setup even stronger. I'll keep a Liz and Dolly and a Hush. Throw everything else out. Ideally we get the Morgana here. It's very likely that we'll get the Morgana here. We fortunately have an extremely large amount of copies of Morgana.
You cannot break a shattered soul.
Well, Morgana has protection, so we're fine. That Locket of the Iron Solari is already paying off. Body of Black and Dice. Normally a problem, but fortunately our Morgana is basically free.
What it is to fall.
And we get a free copy of Morgana every turn.
Are you prepared? Bear this burden.
Ooh, the opponent send is too full. I was silencing the Valhyr's Prophet just for the sake of forcing the opponent to get a full hand without even realizing that he already had a full hand. So he couldn't get any more curses. Well, I guess I'll just keep stacking curses on these two since those are the only two I can. Ooh, big mistake, opponent. Now that you have a free hand space, I'm definitely cursing you.
Be still.
Thought me smell some.
That's a lot of mistakes you're making, opponent.
Welcome, anguish.
The more hand space you give me, the worse it is for you. Really? You don't want to give me an additional hand space? Can't understand why you wouldn't. Let's... Dark Binding. Oh, it doesn't matter.
Feel my
I just want to
I am your
level up the Morgana.
I am your truth. Truth binds you.
Then I just get to attack with everything.
Share in my
I'll pull
curse.
there, since that thing unfortunately can't be shackled. Because the opponent's just refusing to empty his hand. Now he has an additional unit on board.
Knocked and ready.
Ah, that's one way to get rid of the curses. Yes, 2 hand space. Well, this is one way to fill up those 2 hand spaces. Let's also give the Mordekaiser some more protection in the form of Deathless. You're freeing most of your units. Unfortunately, that freedom is only temporary.
Be still.
That thing is back to being cursed. And I suppose I'll fall in combat that Frostguard troll. You're not going to see yourself burn a card. But you're definitely not getting any value out of this Valhyr's Prophet either, because it will die as soon as I attack.
Own your frailty.
Yeah, that's fine.
Bear this burden.
Alright, he drew a card. Completely forgot about that part. Let's... Yes, 1 hand space, so let's curse that thing. Keep the curse train going.
Truth.
I think the reason the opponent's refusing to play a lot of his cards is because he has a rather top-heavy deck, so it's not like he doesn't want to play cards, it's more like he can't afford to play any more cards than he's already playing. Frozen in Fear. Ooh. 2 hand space open just for me, opponent. That's so kind of you. Don't worry, I'll put those hand spaces to good use by giving you 2 curses immediately.
Be still.
Ooh, that would be a problem. Fortunately, Morgana is large enough to the point where she survives that. Let's keep stunning. The opponent stuff, keep increasing the curses. Let's play some units out.
Throne beside
Just because I want to close out the game in my next attack. And with these units on the board, I can do just that. Unless the opponent, of course, has some form of frostbite.
Feel my pain.
If he had, it chose not to play it.
Our suffering is not in vain.
Another opponent bored to death. Nation of the Severed, Cursed Keeper, Make It Rain. I'm actually going to pick up the Make It Rain because, funnily enough, Make It Rain targets three different targets. Make It Rain targets 3 different enemies, which means it's even more targeting for the sake of my curses. Fixer Upper, yeah, sure. Nice stat buff, can't hurt. Pyromantic Wake on the Hush is nice as well. And here, what do I cut? Honestly, I'm fine keeping everything in this deck. Maybe the weakest link is the Whimsy. Oh, we have 32 cards. We're fine. All of our cards either stall the game out or stun the opponent anyway. We even start with Morgana in our opening hand. Yeah, sure, I'll keep Make It Rain, Mihira and Morgana. Let's start getting some discounts on Mihira. Morgana will obviously play right away. Because we can just follow up this play with the
Welcome, anguish.
Falling Comet next turn. Let's let the opponent play as many units as possible. We have 52 health, so we can definitely afford to... Really? Not on the Baron? That's an interesting decision. Normally he's very keen on copying these things keywords to Baron.
Feel my pain.
Well, I don't mind if I do. We shackle 3 of the opponent's units, we get rid of the Baron. We take a minimal amount of damage here. Let's make sure that we keep some mana for Bastion open. And other than that, we're on par to win. Let's shackle that thing. I suppose I'll get some larger units, just so we can
Be still.
throw them into the grinder for the Mordekaiser level up. Oh, that's a very good thing to silence with the Blinded Mystic. Let's shackle that again.
I am your
Ooh, Morgana is already leveled up. Didn't realize we were that close.
share in my curse. Feel my
The vengeance he has are full cost first, and then they get their costs reduced by the stack deck, if I'm not mistaken. So as long as he is under 6 mana, we shouldn't have to worry about the vengeances. Let's pick this up.
Be still.
It's fine. Let's give Mordekaiser Deathless. He's freeing a unit. He really wants to attack with that Hive Herald. Unfortunately, I'm not going to let you, opponent. I guess as long as I keep filling his hand up with curses, he won't be able to play the vengeances either, unless he already has them, of course. Let's go Mordekaiser here. Get more copies of Morgana. Get a full board of units, in fact. That's quite something. Vengeance Dawning Shadow. I guess I'll spell shield one of them. The other one goes through though. Fortunately, the Mordekaiser has the Deathless keyword. Otherwise,
Do not look away.
I'll just see him
Bear this
die
burden.
then and there. And unfortunately, that's not something I want, because I want to keep Mordekaiser on board until he levels up, so I can speed up the game, the ending the game process. You know what? Fine. As long as you're not targeting Mordekaiser with your kill spells, I'm fine with it. In fact, I highly encourage you to target my other units. Please let me level up the Mordekaiser
I will
easily.
fight with you, but I will never call you mother. And I would never ask you to, daughter.
Okay, that's perfect. Please play more minions. The more minions you play, the more chances I have of targeting your units with stuff. So I can fill up your hand even more.
Truth binds you.
Let's drop down the Cosmic Inspiration. Buff up my units.
Don't leave me again.
Mordekaiser is almost leveled up. Just 2 more unit deaths and he is there. He has 2 cards in hand. Or 2 relevant cards, I should say.
Miss Moore, look what I can do.
It is a delight to
No
watch you
attacks,
grow,
or
Lisa.
nothing really. I really want my units to die though. Oh well, I guess I'll just attack.
Feel my pain.
Maybe I'm misplaying this. Maybe the opponent's plan is to just empty his hand so he can go ahead and draw into vengeances, and then eventually he will kill me because my deck will be empty and his will be full of vengeances, which means he won't have to deal with decking out, losing by decking out.
Truth binds you.
And if that's the case, maybe I shouldn't look towards killing him. Maybe this is the better play, just shackling the minions that are not ephemeral, so he is forced to play ephemeral minions.
Be still.
That's fine. Let's put that there. Hopefully that the opponent finds a way to kill that thing.
Truth.
We're almost at a Mordekaiser level up. Well, if he doesn't find a way to kill that thing, I sure can. By just throwing it into the Chip Grinder next turn by trading in with one of the minions. I actually need to have a second unit die. So I should do this.
I will fight with you. but
This
I
will
never
die.
call
The
you
next
mother,
turn,
and I would never ask
the Legion of the Severed will die as well. And that converts into a Mordekaiser level up. Killing one minion is fine. Mordekaiser levels up. Now we can start attacking with Mordekaiser, proccing Mordekaiser's effect. Okay, that's very good for me. Let's try to develop some units onto the board while at the same time I empty my hand. Let's shackle the units the opponent just recently summoned. That's fine. Just keep shackling. Wow, we're also buffing up Mordekaiser every time we play a spell. So eventually that will translate into a victory too. Do I whimsy? I'll whimsy just for the sake of emptying my hand. I mean, I'm fine with just doing this a bunch of times because that just gives Mordekaiser a bunch of items too. But I would prefer it if that would get out of my hand, yeah, just like that.
I need to believe that one day things will be okay.
Nothing
Nice.
lasts forever, not even pain.
9 cards in hand. The opponent finally hits a vengeance just when I'm about to attack with the leveled up Mordekaiser. Couldn't I have gotten a spell shield for Mordekaiser? I could have, but I unfortunately didn't get lucky enough for that to happen. The only other way I have out of this is to draw the other Mordekaiser. Can I draw the other Mordekaiser though? Probably not. Maybe if I get lucky off of this, of the Morgana's Dark Binding.
Be still.
But more often than not, that will just draw another Morgana's Dark Binding. I don't need the 2 Morganas on board. Let's just override one of them. And now he's going for the vengeance on stuff that's not Mordekaiser.
Feel my pain.
Couldn't you have done that on the Mordekaiser? Just so I could be happy. And now the Dark Binding has Urumi's shield. So they just clutter up my hand even further. Oh, there's the Mordekaiser. That's fine. Let's Frostbite there. I have 8 cards in hand, the opponent has 1 card in hand. Let's stun there. Let's try to fill up the opponent's hand with curses. I actually won't be able to fill up his hand with curses, but still. That's the mentality to have. Just keep cursing the opponent. Maybe try and bait him into playing his last card he has in hand. Well, now that he has nothing in hand, I can do this. Yeah, I'll slipstream just to empty my hand. Yeah, more often than not I just draw into a Morgana, so it's fine. Let's attack with Mordekaiser. Now we finally, for the first time, have Mordekaiser's effect going on. So when we slay a unit, the opponent will take some damage. Thing is, it's very likely that I won't be slaying units anytime soon. Let's try to keep getting cards that we can throw out. Thing is, we can't really throw out the Dark Bindings. Guess we're falling committing this thing. Just because it has the Spark of Brilliance, which means it refills my spell mana. Which in turn translates into more cards played. No, I just can't get rid of the Dark Bindings. No matter what cards I choose here, my hand is just so full. Oh, wait, maybe. Let's slipstream. All I want is really to just hit a spell shield off of the Dark Bindings so I can give Mordekaiser some sort of protection.
Be still.
Oh, that seems rather difficult though. Are we any closer to emptying our hand? I think we are. Never mind, we're not. The simple fact is, Dark Binding adds 3 cards to hand, and I can only play 1. Well, at the very least we're growing Mordekaiser to an absurd degree. You're out of cards? How? I still had 1 card in the deck.
Endure this pain. Let it change you.
I still had 1 card in the deck. I'm certain of it. Well, I guess we just have to get lucky and not get a bunch of things that give more cards to my what's it called? Dark Binding. I've spent the last couple of turns playing Dark Bindings and I completely forgot the name of the card.
Take the children to safety now.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's shackle that by targeting it with a spell. It releases the shackles. I'm just going to cycle the Hush.
Own your frailty.
I want to try and find the... I wanted to try and find the Mordekaiser. Okay, we don't find the Mordekaiser. That's fine. Let's get rid of the Baron right away. He doesn't even attack. Interesting decision by the opponent. Let's see if it pays off. As long as I play the... Let's add a random common item to a random card in hand, up to 3 per card. So as long as I don't have a Dark Binding at the start of the turn, I should be fine.
Look what I can do.
Or I have other cards in hand besides the Dark Binding, I should be fine. Let's use the Bastion. It might be a bit early, but I think I want the Morgana on the board for now.
Feel my pain.
I think we get the... No. That was at the end of the turn. I just saw it. Round end. Oh, I'm just an idiot and misread round end as round start. That's completely on me. I was an illiterate idiot. It's fine, so we just have to make sure that we play the Dark Binding every turn, so that we certainly don't end up getting a bad item on it, while at the same time we ensure that we try and ensure that we draw the Mordekaiser. Honestly, the card draw is not that bad. At the very least, we can use it to find the Mordekaiser. Also, I'm attacking like this because not only the opponent's hand is too full, but this also translates into one of my units dying, which means we get closer to Mordekaiser's level up. Dark Binding. We have to Dark Binding again in order to ensure that Dark Binding is not in our hand at the end of the turn. Seriously? Come on, just let me end the turn without a Dark Binding in hand. Yeah, I don't get to end the turn without a Dark Binding in hand, do I? Well, at least now I get all of the moon glows I could ever want. Do I go Dark Binding? I'm going to go for another Dark Binding. Let's fish yet again for something. That's not a Dark Binding. There's a Mordekaiser. Okay, now we have our game plan not set up yet because we haven't leveled up Mordekaiser yet. But soon. We're getting there. First of all, I need him to play until he has no cards in hand, or he doesn't have enough cards to act as removal in hand. I think that's it. If he has another removal in hand, I'm going to be surprised, yeah. Let's keep killing my own units. Keep working towards Mordekaiser's level up. Let's give him Spell Shield. Let's hope this does not hit another Dark Binding.
Truth binds you.
That's another Dark Binding.
If I can save a life, I must.
Well, at least we can still target the opponent's stuff with the Dark Bindings. Make them completely unusable. There's still a card there that's usable. There's something that's not a Dark Binding. Perfect. I'll actually wait a turn. I'm going to go Legion of the Severed here. And then I'll use the Death's Grasp to try and seriously? You just saved 2 removals for the Mordekaiser. Does this work to protect the Mordekaiser? Maybe. No, it probably doesn't. Yep. Mordekaiser doesn't stick around on board to proc its own effect. But the Mordekaiser was going to die anyway.
And I would never ask you to, daughter.
You have 17 cards in deck. And 800 health from the opponent to go through. I just realized I have too many Dark Bindings in hand. I need to empty this hand
Truth binds you.
of Dark Bindings. I won't be able to though. We're at the point where most of our deck is Dark Bindings. So instead I have to find another way to close out the game. I can just do it through damage. Try to do it through damage. There's a Mordekaiser. Another one that's leveled up on summon.
Told you to leave and leave all these wasters to you. No way.
Maybe I can get some spell shields here.
Be still.
Yeah, we're reaching the point of critical mass where the Dark Bindings... I just don't have a clean way to empty my hand of them.
I will fight with you, but I will never call you mother.
And I would never ask you to, daughter.
Why? Why is it only getting cards that draw cards? I don't want to draw cards. I just have too many cards in hand. Pandora's what? Pandora's items is really messing up our game plan. It's such a nice clean game plan. Screw it. Let's just pass the turn. Hope the opponent didn't draw into removal for Mordekaiser. Then we try to get as many attacks in with Mordekaiser as possible. There's the removal.
Feel my pain.
Well, I have 14 turns to close out this game. I guess I better start playing these Cosmic Inspirations in order to buff up my units. That's fine.
This is gonna sting.
Really? I guess he is dealing 9 damage by doing that, but I don't think that's really that relevant.
Be still.
Especially considering it just comes back. Let's do this.
I see the heavens aflame, gods burning in the
Unfortunately, I keep getting closer and closer to my own demise by just playing cards that draw cards. Maybe I can get some more buffs by doing this.
Truth.
Well, I have about 100 damage on board, so in 8 attacking turns I win the game.
Practice time.
Maybe I should have Morgana die. The constant flux of cards from Morgana seems to be a problem.
Be still. Figured you want in on the action.
But I must
Sure,
help
I'll
others.
just play all of my dark bindings that I have in hand. Might as well do it all at once, since it doesn't really matter what I get here, because it will all be burned anyway. Well, whatever units the opponent has on board right now, they will surely not be playable, at least until the end of the game.
Truth binds you.
I guess by doing this, we have a moment where our hand is empty.
I told you to leave.
So
Wasters to you.
we did manage to get some more cards in hand that are not dark bindings. Let's do this. Just really curse that Voidling. Maybe I can get more Cosmic Inspirations. Cosmic Inspirations are nice. At the very least they increase my damage output. Living Legends too, I guess. Gives us a sort of refuel.
Be still.
It's fine. Shackle there. We moon silver this thing. We waste one of buffs, but is one really going to be relevant enough? Yeah, the units I have on the board are large enough, or about as large as one can hope. 121 damage, 6 cards in deck. Maybe I should try to refrain from playing cards that draw other cards, I mean. I don't know if all of the cards that I'm playing are somehow working towards getting us closer to the end by thinning out our deck too much. Well, at least now we know that the opponent's only drawing a card per turn and that whatever card he is drawing every turn can't really be that great. Yeah, no, we're going neutral with the amount of Dark Bindings we're playing. Honestly, this is probably for the best. Just let's try and keep the amount of cards we draw neutral.
Let's get to blasting.
Yeah, he kills one of my units. I shackle whatever he manages to release a bunch of times. I have to play something else in response. I guess I'll play another Traveler, since it's the largest in my hand. Maybe no, the Blended Mystic I can't play because it draws one. We can't really draw one. Let's go with the Traveler. I guess this.
My heart that led me here. Look to the sky.
Let's play whatever. Doesn't really matter. It's just to buff up the Traveler a little bit. Let's attack with everything yet again. We have 4 cards in the deck.
Welcome, anguish.
The opponent's at 438. Going to be very close.
Be still. You are coming with me.
Come on. Nah, I don't think we can win. Unfortunately, I think the main problem is we can't.
To the sky.
We did something twice that was a mistake. Both times we ended up getting 2 Morganas on board, and I don't think we need to get 2 Morganas on board. The 2 Morganas on board just generate way too much both Falling Comets and Dark Bindings,
Practice time.
and both the Falling Comets and the Dark Bindings are what ends up screwing us in the long run, because we're not really able to get rid of the Dark Bindings fast enough to the point where they become a detriment,
Be still.
because I just start getting items that draw cards on the Dark Bindings.
Leave me again.
That's the main problem. While otherwise, we would have been able to use the Grand General's counterplan generated Dark Bindings to sort of counteract this problem that we're having, where we're just overdrawing to death. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Look to the sky.
Let's just go for the next try. Yeah, I'm out of cards. This time I saw it coming. we have another retry because of the Guardian Angel on the Morgana. So let's try to play optimally this time. We're not going to double up on the Morgana. We are going to try and empty our hand to the best of my ability so that I don't end up with Dark Mindings at the end of the turn. So that would be a kind of hard with two Morganas in the opening hand.
I was born in Belvet. I cannot leave.
That's fine.
Safety now.
As long as I don't mess up. I think the biggest mess up was definitely the doubling up of the Morgana. As long as I don't double up the Morgana, I'll be fine. I can also do this. We can afford to take a hit from the Baron Nashor on the Morgana. Especially if we generate a card that gives a spell shield. But nah. I'll use the spell shield now. Let's use the spell shield now. Baron strikes there. Now we go for the Falling Comet. There. Nice and simple. Let's get the Golden Sister. It's fine. The opponent's developing his nice little board of large units. We can shackle them easily now. Let's get a backup spell shield for the Mordekaiser. Develop another unit for our board. I'll pass. We're fine. We're safe. I'm going to use the Legion of the Severed on the Mordekaiser. Sort of act as a additional layer of protection. We'll stand there. Trade that in gladly. We're taking some damage, but we're not at the point where we were before. We're just getting screwed by the cards we're generating.
Welcome, anguish.
For a moment I considered going for the Written in Stars, but that's a mistake. I don't want to go for the Written in Stars, not yet. Let's play the Mordekaiser. We're not going to kill the Morgana and inadvertently kill or generate a infinite amount of Morganas. Let's give a barrier or a spell shield to the Mordekaiser. Some nice set of protection. Let's go for an attack.
Do not look away.
Okay, I was about to say, does the opponent's entire board get cursed? But no, it doesn't. So let's do this.
Feel my pain.
Let's work on leveling up the Mordekaiser. Having the Mordekaiser on board just exposes him to threats. But it might be fine, because the opponent's hand is so full with curses that the likelihood of him having removal is not that high yet. For the 9, we have 9 cards in hand. Okay. He's hitting Mordekaiser with a vengeance. That's okay. We can just generate another source of spell shield for the Mordekaiser.
Truth binds you.
If we get lucky. Grant an ally +1/+1 plus spell and spell shield. I'll wait on that. Instead, let's do this. Let's Golden Sister.
Once was two, now is one.
Now we have even more units that we can trade in to level up the Mordekaiser. I seriously doubt that we are going to
My light shines.
be at the point where we can
Own your
where we'll get another opportunity to take as much damage on my units as this one. So I'm going to take it. This also forces the opponent to place something on the Mordekaiser when I can just spell shield it nicely. Just like that. How close are we to leveling up? One more trade and we level up the Mordekaiser.
be still.
I'm really focusing a lot on Mordekaiser to level up, but in reality, maybe I shouldn't be that focused on Mordekaiser's level up. Because at the end of the day, Mordekaiser's level up won't really achieve that much unless I'm killing the opponent's units. At least I can go for Mordekaiser's level up by doing this. Regeneration. Should be nice to get spell shield on it by default. We might not be able to though. Yep. That's a removal piece if I've ever seen one. Yeah. Can I generate? That might get me there. Probably not though.
Truth binds you.
I have 10 mana, or I have 8 mana, because I want to go for the Living Legends. Yeah, I'll go for the Living Legends now. Not exactly what I wanted. Well, we get one nice proc of Mordekaiser's effect, but that's about it.
Feel my pain.
Let's see if we can get more spell shields. No, that's not a spell shield. Need to start emptying my hand. That's not a spell shield. Yeah, unfortunately, no. But
Be still.
we're managing to keep the Dark Binding from drawing cards, and that's the main thing. Now we don't have to worry about losing by decking out. It opponent's hand is 90% curses and 1 minion. I'll wait a turn. I think I really need to let it rip on this written in stars. That's fine. Let's double dark binding. No. There's the moon glow we desperately need.
Truth binds you.
This written in stars will probably just draw Morgana, considering how many we're shuffling into our deck. Well, we managed to get the moon glow, so we got an additional attack off of the Mordekaiser. Let's double dark binding, stun the units that are not stunned already. Living Legends, try to get more moon glows.
Be still.
The more shots we have at getting moon glow, the better. Because the more the Mordekaiser damage will start heading up quickly if we can get multiple attacks off of him. And that's my main thing here. I just want to get multiple attacks off of Mordekaiser so the game goes faster. But I shouldn't really expect the game to go faster, considering I'll have to go through 800 of the opponent's health. That's fine. Let's double curse that. Equinox is free. The Traveler. Need to get rid of this messenger. It's cluttering up my hand. Silence here. It's fine. Can play something for 2 just because I want to Living Legends with our hand as open as possible, just so I can get maximum value out of it. Moonglow one time. I mean, Moonglow off of the Living Legends wouldn't really accomplish much of anything actually. Suppose I'll do this. Just get rid of the Falling Comet that's not temporary.
Strike quickly, strike boldly.
24 cards for the Destroyer. Maybe that's the game plan. Maybe I should just be trying to get Celestial cards that get their attack buffed up by the number of Celestial cards I've played. Because I have definitely played a lot of Celestial cards. Sure, let's go for the Great Beyond. Our hand is not too cluttered up, so we can actually afford to pick up expensive plays for once.
I will fight with you, but I will never call you mother.
And I would never ask you to, daughter.
It's fine. We can pick up this 3 because we're just going to restore 2 mana here. So we'll be able to pay the tax to play the Meteor Shower. That's fine. I just want the opponent's hand to be curses and minions, that would be ideal. Now if that's actually going to happen, I'm not sure. Actually, I'll do this. We're reaching the point where Mordekaiser is starting to drain 3 from the opponent's nexus every time we attack. So this is fine. The opponent can play 3 minions here. Those 3 minions are going to translate into 6 minions. So this is probably for the best. Let's also get rid of the Golden Sister, because the Golden Sister draws a card, and I don't want to draw cards, because like we saw in the last 2 attempts, drawing cards is what kills us.
Not even pain.
He's getting 1 card per turn, but there's a chance that 1 card is a piece of removal that deals with Mordekaiser, and that's a problem.
Truth binds you.
Well, if he only draws a piece of removal a turn, we have more time to find a way to reapply the spell shield on the Mordekaiser. Nope,
Each journey is a discovery.
that's not what I want. I want Moonglows, preferably. That's not Moonglow either. Do I go for Falling Comet? Nah, let's wait. And I go for the Scourge this turn. Like this. We attack with everything. Yeah, sure. Let's let the opponent take the damage. Your hand is getting kind of cluttered up, opponent. Also, he decided to keep the card he drew last turn, so maybe it is removal. Hopefully not, though. There's a Moonglow. Well, we can afford to take 1 more vengeance on the Mordekaiser, and then we're done for yet again. Yeah. This is fine. The opponent gets a minion at the start of the turn. That means he burns a card here. And he burned the Dawning Shadow. That's ideal. And the card he had in hand was a Karongs. Perfect. So we didn't have to worry about any pieces of removal at all.
Be still.
Minion. Minions are fine. He might play another minion here. That would be vaguely annoying. No, he's instead releasing that minion. Well, releasing the minion's fine. I take 2, but I don't care. I will get those 2 back with the Mordekaiser's effect. Would you look at that? The difference between having 2 Morganas filling up my hand with bad cards and not having 2 Morganas filling up my hand with bad cards, and instead just having 1 Morgana filling up my hand with decent cards. We're almost there. I didn't even realize. Things have been going so well for so long. I'll take the Cosmic Inspiration. That will get us there faster. Yes, some minions. He's probably going to play the minions here. Just to empty his hand, yep. Figured as much. That's fine. We don't really care about what we're drawing anymore. As long as the opponent doesn't draw removal, we'll be safe. The opponent's really going all in on the whole please let me draw something other than curses and minions. Let's see how it plays off. If it even plays off. He gets a draw here.
If I can save a life.
Velvety Elder. That's basically a mulligan. He gets a chance of drawing something else.
Truth binds you.
And he drew something that he apparently doesn't want to play right now. Is it a piece of removal, I wonder? Well, now we got a second Moonglow, so we're fine on that front.
Be still.
We can just Moonglow right after the opponent removes whatever or whatever he wants here. Probably the Mordekaiser. More often than not, it's the Mordekaiser. Let's play the Cosmic Inspiration. Another one just to further buff up the damage of my units. We attack with everything. Deal 261 damage. There it is. That's on Vengeance.
Bear this burden.
Well, that was hard. A lot harder than it needed to be, in fact, mostly because of my mistakes. But after everything that we went through, we won. And that's all that really matters. So yeah, that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.